Hello, and this is the face behind the podcast. My name is Christine Higgins from Spiritual Wellness Christine, and you're very welcome to join me today. This is my first video podcast. I have been meaning to do this for a very long time. However, the usual self-date, the over-analysing, the procrastination has been prevalent over the last while. But something has shifted within me to speak my truth more and to put a face to my name. So here I am, stepping into my power and completely and utterly surrendering and trusting that I am being guided to share my wisdom with you guys. So there's something that has been really called for me to speak about, and it's all over our news, it's all over our social media, it's everywhere, and it's what's happening over in Gaza with Palestine and Israel. This is a very, very monumental time to be alive. We as souls have chosen to be alive at this moment in time. What is happening is that we are moving into a different dimension, a new order. However, similar to our own life experiences and challenges that we've experienced, there is always the initial breakdown of our beliefs, of structures, of outdated thought process. And this is what's happening right now on a collective level. This is what we're seeing. We are seeing the breakdown of structures and systems, and the lies are being exposed, and our reality isn't one of truth. There is so much more light being shone on that the media is not telling us the full story on any issue, that our politicians do not work for the goodness of the people. Majority of them don't. There are, of course, a few good ones. However, majority, the energy of politicians is that there's always an agenda behind why they make decisions, and it's not necessarily for the good of the people. What is happening over in Gaza is the oppression of a nation, of people, and it's exactly on both sides. This isn't about trashing Israel at all, this video. This is about understanding humanity and operating from a place of love and compassion for both sides. Hurt people. And at the end of the day, this is all about control. This is all about oil. This is all about land. And it's not just coming from Israel, it's coming from the US, and it's coming from Europe as well. This has been a long time coming. This situation, though, is waking up thousands of people around the world. And what we were led to believe is not the truth. If you think back to the Industrial Revolution, systems and our way of life was mapped out and determined around that age, where we were born, we had to go into mainstream school, educate, and then get a job. We're like minions. We pay our taxes. It's the fat cats up the very top of that pyramid that are benefiting from us. All this is being open to our eyes now. All this is so evident that there is such control over all humanity. In terms of spirituality, this has going to help thousands, millions of people to wake up and see that the way we live right now is not what it's meant to be. Our ancestors didn't live this way. If you think back to our ancestors, they sat around fires, they had ceremonies and blessings for Mother Nature. They were so connected to Mother Nature. They worshipped the land because Mother Earth provided everything that we needed. However, over the years, men have realized that control and implementing structures in place can control the masses, and that's where they get the money from. And it's breaking down right now. Even though sometimes we may feel on an emotional level, it's a lot to handle, especially when we see that other people are suffering in the world. You chose as a soul to come down here at this time to help with the shift into a new way of life. It is most very turbulent, very challenging, but it will ultimately be the catalyst of creating a new order. All up until recently, whenever we heard of wars, and I'm in Ireland, whenever we've experienced our own oppression and wars continuously. There's a lot of trauma on this island, a lot of trauma on this land, which we are actively trying to heal. We, up until now, would know that there was wars around the world, but the media didn't shine a light on it because they didn't want us to know. And so we didn't feel it on a collective level. Now, with the acceleration of media, and that happened with COVID, where everyone moved online, and the world got very, very small. In a way, that's what the system wanted. They want us all to work online and be online so that they can trigger us, or they can track us through algorithms, know every single detail of our lives in order to control us even more. But it's in effect, through that darkness is the light shining through, where as the world gets smaller, we are being made aware of the suffering and the torture that's happening around the world. On a collective level, humanity is consciousness is rising, and they didn't understand this. The people that are putting these structures in place, the people that are at the top of the pyramid, they underestimated the power of bringing us all together. So, as human consciousness wakes up, we are going to move into a new world. However, the structures and the beliefs that so many of us thought this is the way we live on this planet are breaking down. And yes, people are going to die. Yes, people are going to be slaughtered, tortured, maimed, genocide. It's a complete genocide over in Gaza. It's a complete wipeout of humanity over there. However, a lot of people feel that, like, what can they do? Get out and protest. Speak your truth. Don't be afraid to express how you feel. And that goes both ways. Because when we shut down people, we're shutting down their throat chakra and they can't speak their truth. And that's something that we have to learn as humanity, is to everyone has a right to speak their truth. What's happened in the media since COVID, that there has been a split in us being united. And that's how the people at the top, they have that control, because when they split our opinion over anything, and this could be right down to Russell Brand, is he a sex offender or is he not? Is it Biden, Trump? You can see the patterns. Everything is built and the structure is there to keep us separate, to keep us not working together, to keep us not united in creating a better life. Okay, and when you see that, when you finally understand that, you realize that your neighbor is completely and utterly the same as you and is connected to you on a higher level. All of us souls are connected to a higher consciousness, which means we are all one. Separation was created around the Industrial Revolution. It was, we're all in our separate homes, we all go to work, We all dog eat dog, we climb to the top of the career ladder, we make as much money as we can, but we'll step over others to get to the top. That's all being designed for us to keep separate. But what's happening now is the evidence of oneness. The videos that we see, of people living in wars, it's touching our heart chakra, and on a deeper connective level, we are feeling the pain, and we want to do something about it. So we are creating oneness now. So the old belief patterns of separation are breaking down, and oneness is coming forward. Oneness is what each and everyone is connected to. We're connected to a higher source, therefore we're all one. When we unite, we are the most powerful souls in all the world. However, we have to unite. Don't let the media split us in two. Do not let the system or the people at the top split us in two in our opinions. Show love and compassion to even our enemies. Because hurt people, and that's why they want control. Money, greed, corruption, it's all about control. So if we send out more love and forgiveness to the people that want to hurt, the light shines through and the darkness recedes into the shadows. So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by all the energies out there, hold on to this thought. What's it showing us? It is showing that the ideology of separation does not exist, but oneness does. So how can I be more showing love and compassion to my neighbours? By respecting their decision, by respecting their opinion. It doesn't have to be tit for tat. It's about love, and it's about forgiveness and compassion. The more we stand together, the more we protest, the more we email our politicians, the more we change people. We open up their mind to love and forgiveness and compassion. We open up their mind to oneness. When people come together and you see thousands of people standing in the street protesting because of the genocide, that is power. That is showing the people at the top. Not all of them are bad. They're just stuck in a system that they feel they can't get out of. But it's the very top I'm talking about, the elite, that are trying to control the structure and the power, the greed and the corruption. However, us minions, as I call us, the people on the ground, because it's been instilled in us that we're separate, that's how they win. So we need to all stand together and rise. The more we shine our light, the more we have hope in ending these wars and this greed and corruption, the more the possibility of it happening will come in. Be one with everyone. And it's a ripple effect. If you start showing love and compassion to even your enemies, it's a ripple effect on a collective level for all of humanity. So I know people say, oh, like, I'm only me, I'm over in Ireland, and what can I do? It's all happening over there. That is not the case. It does start with you. And it starts with spreading the love in your community. It's about showing love and compassion and forgiveness. And maybe it might not be accepted the first time around, but if you operate from authenticity, if you operate from the heart space, it's a ripple effect that all it can do is just expand. I hope this is my first podcast video, and I really hope you take some nuggets of wisdom from this podcast, because it's going to be the first of many. stand in your power is a very frightening thing to do. To stand up for what you believe in is a very frightening thing to do. I'm doing it right now. But be open to the fact that not everyone is going to agree with you, and that's okay. It's about respecting that. You know, will I keep my followers? Will most people just completely unfollow? They might. But what am I doing? I'm empowering myself to step into my power. Because I can see from a higher perspective of what is happening with humanity. That we are all one. That there is no, separation is an illusion. We are not separated. And when we start to understand that, is when the change happens. It's when we will move and raise our frequency to a higher vibration to be able to experience love here on this planet. And it is possible. My guides are telling me it is possible, but we all have to work together. Thank you so much, and I send you so much love and light, and I hope you come back again.